Hey guys, Tara here, bringing you a 2v2 today. We are on Vaux Farmlands, playing a few days spawning on the left. We have Zarok as the Soviets, and his loadout is Partisans, Mechanized Support, and Guard Motor. Teaming up with him is Katitoff, who has Soviet Reserve Army, Counterattack, and Guard Motor. On the right, we have Hooligan, playing as OKW, and his loadout is Special Operations, Elite Armor, and Fortifications. Teaming up with him is VonAsten, who has Lightning War, Storm, and Jaeger Armor. And we see straight away he's saying that the Kubel sucks. And he's probably right. Though this is one of the largest maps in the 2v2 map pool, quite a wide map. So if it's going to work on any map, it should be this one. So we see some Maxims from Zarok, who very well known Maxim spammer from back in the day. So it makes sense he's going to give them a try out after all these changes. Here he goes, wheeling it out. Double engineers into Maxim, so yeah, brings back memories of the old ESL days. And that straight away forces the Kubel back. In fact, Kubel could go down here. He's not going to try chase with engineers. More Maxims. Penal's trying to stay out of the arc of fire of the MG. MG's setting up now. I'm kind of surprised it's not getting that one model there. But he soft retreats, trying to avoid the penal fire to allow the fuel to be capped. Now he moves into the arc of fire, perhaps not knowing where the MG42 was located, but he's behind heavy cover. At the very least, forces the retreat from the Pioneer squad. It's gone for an M3 as well. Very interesting to see where he puts that. Now this could be a trouble situation. Used to be the Kubel was quite useful against Maxims. But as you can see, the actual crew guns are penetrating it quite a bit, doing actually quite a lot of damage to it. So it doesn't seem to be that useful against the Maxim anymore. And of course the Maxim, if its main gun actually shoots at it because of the Maxim is 2 penetration, right? Higher penetration than regular small arms at the very least, so cuts through the Kubel's armor like butter. Kubel has what, 2 or 2.5 frontal armor now, so just about 100% chance to penetrate, depending on the range. So 4 Maxims for Zarok. It's going all in. Truck coming now from the Hooligan, who's actually gone for 4 Volksgrenadiers as well as a Kubel. Then into his tech. So there's one more unit than you would expect. Maxims are covering all the angles here. He's having trouble getting into the correct positions to outmaneuver them, even with so many squads. Now he has to retreat in the face of that Maxim. And he loses that squad there. He actually did have a chance before, you know, when the Maxim was like over here, to flank and get real close with the Kubel, try and maximize his DPS, and he didn't do that, so slight error there, but overall he is having a real hard time. That's 5 Maxims. Oh no. Now it's going into healing. Axis have lost control of the southern fuel as well. So even though, well, actually, he can't even afford to make us look shit. But he still needs 10 more fuel as well, so that's about slightly under a minute. But I don't think he'll have enough manpower for it at that time. It's hard to say. Oh, baited over the demo. Oh, and it causes main gun destroyed. Oh no. We didn't hear it go off. Maybe there was a sound bug, but yeah, there it goes. It's a Vaux. Probably going to go down to small arms now from these 2 greens, but managed to take down the 222. And I think he will be quite happy with that. In fact, he's not. Okay, there it goes. I think he's probably getting blocked here by the smoke. Good rifle grenade. Forces the penals away, so he's going to be able to cap the fuel at the very least. But, you know, facing off against penals, he does need that 222 to do the damage to them. Especially now that they don't get the sticky satchels until they upgrade the PTRS. That's very good for the 222, means it can drive like right up point blank. Do maximum damage to the unupgraded penals. Makes a big difference there, and also, you know, once he's gained a bit more control on his side of the map with the 222, maybe he could go help his ally with this Maxim spam with both their light vehicles, because going for this many Maxims should delay his tier 3. Here comes Lux. I didn't even know you could fire through that window. I thought that hedge was blocked its line of sight. Apparently not. Looks like he's actually connecting a few shots with this truck here. So he should drive around to the side of that so that stops happening. And you probably should have driven over to this side as well. Add that so you could get it as it was going to go for its retreat. So slight mismicro there by the hooligan on his looks. Cut off attempt there by Katitoff. It looks like it's going to come good. Didn't switch targets with his... Oh, maybe he's used smoke on that. Yeah, it looks like he has. Smoke effects don't show if you're not like watching them go off. Some smoke effects don't.
The enemy is attempting to steal our sector.
VonAsten complained about his MG not shooting there. But as I was saying, I think it was because he's probably in a similar situation. He didn't see the smoke grenade go off, and he went to that side, and obviously he can't click on the unit to see that smoke grenades on cooldown is clearly being used, so he's probably quite puzzled by that. Here comes T70, so Lux is in a bit of trouble here. I feel like it hasn't really done that much, only got 1 kill. Now T70 is on the field, so it's going to have to be very, very cautious. 3 Maxims just moved up. And so that squad can't get around all 3 of them in time. Uh-oh, this could be a wipe. Oh, he's so lucky. He's got to try to drive that Kubel away from the T-70. When did that take so much damage? Rakitten. Did I miss that Rakitten shot? Must have done. So the game has been reasonably fluid. Both teams have been cutting each other off quite a bit. Oh, he's gone for the PTRS upgrades on his penals. In fact, it looks like he's lost a penal squad. He has indeed. Could be about to lose another one. And he actually rebuilt the 222, so he did it quite late. You know, I would have thought he would have done this immediately after losing it the first time. Okay, there you go. Gets the wipe on that squad, and combined, these two can probably take on the T-70, especially if they get to its rear armor. Looks like that was what VonAsten wanted to do, but his teammate, the hooligan, leaving him to twist in the wind, hanging him out to dry there. It was a risky maneuver to try and get the kill, because, I mean, it might have been able to get the kill, but maybe there would be some supporting anti-tank infantry coming. Might end up trading 2 for 1 there, which wouldn't have been worthwhile. If they trade the 222 for the T-70, that would have been a good trade though. And there goes the Kubel, so he definitely got some utility from it this game, but
Infantry trained and ready to go.
I'm not sure about that. Yeah, he also knows the LMG-42 icon's a little bit different. I talked about that last game. Maybe that was on stream when I was playing the mod. I'm not sure. Looks there with its rear armor to the guards in the garrison.
The enemy is encroaching on our territory.
Okay, grenade goes in, dodged, gets back in, doing a lot of damage to those penals. Shock troops get around to the side with only one window. Oh, is there 2 windows there? There are 2 windows. Anyway, shock troops should retreat from that. Not much to be gained there. Oh, shock troops down? Yes. Very late retreat, loses shock troops, so Katitoff's squad preservation so far hasn't been too good. Oh, that rifle grenade! So risky to do. That didn't wipe the squad. One more flame burst would have taken out that whole squad, I'm pretty sure. Bit of an all or nothing play, and that was that a walking Stuka? It was indeed. Looks like support weapons got away without too many casualties. 6 kills, that's a pretty good start. T-70. Vet 2 already, compared to the looks. Been on the field a lot longer, only Vet 1. Oh, he's going to kill the Maxim with his Rakitten. Good decision. But Zarok's preservation has been very good so far. I'd say his manpower bleed's been very low. And I think they did increase the reinforcement cost of Maxims a while back, but they're still cheaper than regular infantry, I'm pretty sure. Oh wow, he uses smoke grenade to stop that G43 Gren from firing at him. Yeah, he just ran into that one. Katitoff's really having trouble in the south now. He needs a tank. He has got his tier 4 up. He's got enough fuel for a T-34. We've actually got 2 fuel caches for the Axis as well. That's how well things are going in for the south of VonAsten at the moment. He seems to have Katitoff's number down there after those squad wipes. The fact that Katitoff hasn't made a tank makes me think he's going to go straight for the B4. This is now cheaper in terms of manpower, but costs some fuel. Or maybe he's going to call in the KV1. Okay. I think that does have the increased price without tier 4 constructed. Didn't get to check what it was, but pretty sure the only ones that are exempt from that. I'm like, uh-oh, Super Rush. It's the hits at the moment. Those rockets didn't hit much there, did they? It was a good reaction time by Zarok, but still I thought he would have got at least 2 miles for his trouble there. Looks like the scatter on those rockets does seem to... Yeah, it looks like one's here, one's there, one's there. Doesn't seem to be quite such a straight line like it used to be. Oh, whoa! 222 takes down the T-70. Will he manage to escape? He's very lucky not to get main gun destroy crit on that. Okay, another truck coming up for the hooligan now. He of course has invested quite a lot into both his looks and his walking Stuka. Usually this kind of build would suggest, you know, Panther to command tank, but obviously with that costing a bit more nowadays, maybe he's rethinking that. He's also very far behind on command points, and that can happen when you're facing off against machine guns, because, you know, you kind of run into a machine gun suppressed, have to retreat. It doesn't give you many command points.
Heavy machine gun team prepared for combat.
Oh, is that from Mother Russia?
We have a new T-34 standing by.
Not sure why he activated that. Ran straight into a big old blob of G43 Grens. That's a retreat. But I feel like fuel control has been quite close so far this game. Plenty of caps. Hasn't been that much interaction between the two sides though. You know, VonAsten has sent his 222 in to help a couple times. Oh man, that's going to be the end of the MG42.
Enemy has killed a machine gun crew.
He's not taking into account the full Mother Russia buffs. That's why the MG drops so quickly then. Does a Faust, but that doesn't help. Need 3 Fausts to snare the KV1. Two comes in as a bit of a distraction. Got a T-34 there for Zarok as well now. Just regular 76er. But as you can see, the Allies have hit their tanks quite a lot earlier, especially the VonAsten, who's actually gone all the way to tier 4, and he's bringing out a Panther now. It's like, where's his fuel going? Why doesn't he have a Panzer IV out right now? Now we know why. He's gone straight for a Panther. which is an odd decision because he's gone for a Tiger Commander, though obviously still close air support is still very strong.
Panther ready.
So Panther on the field. And this hasn't received any changes. Yeah, I think you do have to have Battle Phase 3 upgraded to get this at the cheaper cost, right? So you don't have to have the tech structure down, the tier 4 tech down, but I think you have to have Battle Phase 3, which I think is like is it like 40 fuel? 45 fuel. Tier 3's Tiger also getting rid of a change.
Our opponents are seizing a sector.
Oh wow! Double Raketans took down the T-34. Man, what was I watching? Nothing important, obviously. That's a big blow to Zarok. I think that's a T-34-85 he's building there. Yes, it is. I think that's a good choice when you're facing off against the Panther. Having the extra, you know, one more shot to kill makes a big difference, and makes a big difference against double camo Raketans. So you won't get one shot by a double camo Raketans either. Though I think, you know, the 85 did make sense when he made it, but obviously we're a few minutes past that time now. Past the timing of the 76 being useful. But this looks has been vetting up very, very slowly, I have to say. I would expect it to be at vet 3 by now. Panther just right in the face of Katitoff's tank. Oh, and there's the SU-85 arriving just in the nick of time to force back the Panther. In fact, he could get the kill here. He's speeding down the road so quickly. He's got that movement speed bonus because of the road. One more shot to kill. He hasn't used the focus sight. Oh, and it bounces. Oh man, that was close. But you could see the speed bonus of speeding down that road. There might have been an attack round shot that last one as well. He didn't have the focus sight on, so he might have been out of sight range there. But you know, he had to not have the focus sight on, because if he did have it on, the Panther would just blaze right past him with ease. Map looking very very red right now, very in favour of the Axis, but I feel like Zarok's about to take a commanding lead in the north. But that being said, I mean, look at the army supplies. Allies are definitely behind. What's this coming? No, it still looks. Ligan does have. Oh, okay, maybe he's going to go for a Sturm Tiger. He's got quite a lot of fuel and resources. He's 20 manpower away from Sturm Tiger. He's actually used the signal relay for the armor to get his Raketans into position, try and kill this T-34-85. He's unsuccessful though, but it's a good try. And a nice use of the signal relay. Underutilized ability. Comes to KV-1, gets right on top of that Raketan, forces it to retreat. The other one's going to take a couple shots at it. No, just One and done. Thought he probably could have got 2 shots off there. And there's the Stern Tiger. We saw it in one of the first Balance Patch games that I cast. Its projectile was a lot slower, and I believe it no longer causes engine crits. So we'll see how that gets on. For Mother Russia, really making these G43 greens hurt here. Very expensive ability, but very strong at the same time. Marked vehicle on the Sturm Tiger. He's trying to back it away. Here come the Rakins in support, and the Panther getting set up. One connects. Panther blitzing in. This is the Aussie Panther, remember though. 0.5 moving accuracy compared to the OKW's 0.6. So it's probably going to miss quite a few of these shots. One more shot to kill though. This gets temporarily caught on the VP flag, or the resource flag. And down it goes. T-3485 dead. Very aggressive, driving right up to his opponent's base. Try and kill that Stern Tiger. Did pay dividends for him there. And Zarok lost his first 2 medium tanks. Oh, he's made more Maxims. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 Maxims. Remember, he lost one and it got destroyed. So he's just going nuts on these Maxims. And we have 2 pieces of indirect fire to try and counter the Walking Stuka and the Stern Tiger. Although this has obviously got off to a very poor start. And I think it was not a very good decision in the first place. If you've already got a Walking Stuka, unless you need... There are many situations where I feel like you need the Stern Tiger as well as the Walking Stuka. Especially when you know, maybe you could make a King Tiger. Which would really help with their control in the center. That would be a very good counter to the Maxims. So AoE on the King Tiger's main gun is just so good. Almost as useful as a Stern Tiger rocket against Maxims in many cases. So we've got 2 KV-1s and SU-85. This thing must be close to V1 now. Yeah, it is indeed. Zarok. He's gone for a second Panther. Okay. So, yeah, why isn't that vetted up? It's because he's gone for a second one. Stern Tiger still hasn't found a home for its rocket yet. Second Panther's coming in. And he's got Vet 2 very quickly on that. SU-85 finally hits Vet 1. Well, Vet 1's that good, gives him access to tracking, which is decent. Well, essentially, it's an ability. It's not decent, but it's not. Oh no! For Mother Russia just wiping that squad there, even with a pretty good retreat. Now he's sprinting up. He's going to get the sticky satchel off. He's forgotten about this. He got rid of the SU-85, but he's got damage on his Panther at the bottom there. You know, this could be a much worse situation. That could have taken, like, perhaps another sticky satchel there. And maybe even come close to destroying it. In fact, he could still lose it. KV-1's heading down that way now, if he finds it. I wonder... No, probably not, right? If you pick up a PTRS on a non-upgraded squad, does that then get access to the sticky... satchels? Probably not. Double Raketens doing some good damage to that KV-1. Oh, slight mistake there, not chasing this down. He's using an incendiary grenade here. Oh man. That was a mistake. I wasn't really paying attention there, I just kept running up to that. The fuel, perhaps thinking that Maxim would just retreat instead of soft retreat.
Radio crews are on standby to decipher communications from enemy armor.
85 VPs left for the Allies. I feel like Katitoff has been letting the Allies down a bit. His squad preservation hasn't been that strong. And their control of the southern VP has been almost non-existent in the Allies. Whereas the central one has been quite hotly contested, and occasionally the Axis have controlled the north. So overall, much better VP control from the Axis throughout the match. From probably about 15 minutes on. Oh wow, he's used this ability. The defensive mode gives us a bonus rate of fire, and I believe it allows it to take one more shot from most tanks. Does it give it more range as well? No. Does it actually? I thought it did give it yeah, increased damage resistance, okay, yeah. So, I believe it allows it to take one more... sorry. One more shot from a tank or anti-tank gun, like one more 160 damage shot. And yeah, gives it a rate of fire bonus. And this has actually got a reasonably good rate of fire on the main gun in the first place. I didn't even get to see that.
We are losing a sector.
With it has been nerfed, you know. I said there's suppression removed from it and no buffs to compensate. I do think it probably needs a slight AoE buff on it, if I'm honest. To make up for its loss of suppression.
Enemy is down to 75 points. Enemy forces are securing our territory.
Yeah, buff garrison damage doesn't really matter. I suppose it matters a little bit against the Brits, but it doesn't matter against any. You know, by the stage of the game where you've got a whiff for most of the buildings on the map have been destroyed. It comes from tier 4 very late. What's he got there? SU-85. Oh god. Pause this, hang on. Sorry about the interruption there. Oh. That was a bad time to pause. Looks like... Did that get an engine crit from the Stern Tiger rocket after I just said that that didn't happen anymore? Might just be a temporary crit, I don't know. I wish I saw that now. Sorry about the interruptions there. Okay, well that didn't... That was like a reasonably close range warfare. Moderate, medium range, I guess. Allies really struggling for VPs though. That's where they're really hurting. Zarok losing so many of his tanks. I think it's been the number one problem. preservation of his squads has been good, but his tanks has been a little bit less than ideal. Oh, he's going hunting for the walking Stuka. Remember, this only takes one shot to kill now. He's going to find the Panzerwerfer. Oh, when he misses the first shot. Gets it with the second, but he's going to lose his T-34 for the trouble. Close to an even trade though, T-34. Very similar cost to the Panzerwerfer. But that was a pretty good reaction time by the hooligan to retreat his walking Stuka away from this. Because if he had traded 2 for 1 there, that would have definitely been worthwhile. Uh-oh. Storm Tiger rocket coming in. Doesn't quite wipe that squad. I have to say that the Storm Tiger also doesn't look that impressive these days. I still think the King Tiger would have been a better choice. Faust Ahoy connecting with the KV-1. 2 Panthers coming in as well as the Stuka air support. Oh, this is a bloodbath. Looks like the Stuka air support may have done a random crit on the S-35 there. And that's gonna mop them all up. All of Katitoff's armor is now dead. He can call in another KV-1 if he chooses to. Gets one sticky satchel off. That could be the end of that. Oh, it's so close to death. Maybe a couple more PTRS shells. No, runs over a mine. Down goes the Panther. 30 VPs left. VonAsten calls GG with that big push, and he has indeed decimated Katitoff's forces, as you can see there. Close to non-existent now, but he's lost both his Panthers for the trouble. He's also back-ticked to get himself a medium tank. But the Allies do end up surrendering there. They're very low on VPs, have no armor themselves, pretty much sitting duck to all this indirect fire. So they call it a game there. Well, Maxims do seem to be quite strong, especially with the Kubel being or losing so much of its durability. Makes it very risky for the Kubel to go in for a flank, especially on a machine gun which has more penetration than regular small arms fire. So yeah, the Kubel, as I said last game, seems to need a buff maybe to the speed, which would also help against the Maxim. You know, you could dart in faster, maybe flank it a bit faster, and if you do end up in a cycle of fire, you can retreat from it faster. Might help out. What else do we see this game that was terribly relevant to the balance patch? Nothing too drastic, honestly. Didn't get to see the B4, big disappointment. He had a long time to build that, and neither of these commanders were, you know, Stuka dive bomb or one-click knockouts for that, so bit of a missed opportunity there to see the B4 with its reduced cost. And yeah, the Allies didn't have enough indirect fire themselves. I think that was another one of the problems. They never really killed these Raketans either, these double Raketans. That did seem to give Zarok a lot of headaches throughout the match. Very good usage of that by the hooligan. Well, I'll wrap on that, guys. If you like your game to be cast by me, details in the video description below. Otherwise, I'll catch you all for the next thrilling installment. Goodbye and good luck.